Hi, good afternoon. Welcome back to our online viewers. We are going to start the second segment of our program. And we are going to sing some songs before we go right into it. So let us pray.
Most kind and righteous Father, we want to thank you for bringing us here a second time around safely and sound to give praises unto your name. As we sing, Lord Jesus, we want to just lift up our voices in praises unto you. We ask you for your mercies and your grace. Amen. We're going to start by singing His Voice Makes the Difference.
My heart's desire and
great things. He has done great things. He has done great things. Bless His holy name. I will enter His gates with thanksgiving in my heart, and I will enter His courts with praise, and I will say, this is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice, for He has made me glad. He has made me glad. He has made me glad. I will rejoice, for He has made me glad. He has made me glad. He has made me glad. I will rejoice, for He has made me glad. I will rejoice, for He has made me glad.
Our opening song will be hymn 511, I Know Whom I Have Believed. I know not why God's wondrous grace to me hath made known, nor why unworthy Christ in love redeemed me for His own. But I know I believe it, and I'm persuaded that He's able to keep that which hath been said unto Him
scripture for this afternoon session is from Proverbs 10, verse 1. Proverbs of Solomon. A wise son maketh a glad father, but a foolish son is the heaviness of his mother. Here endeth a reading of God's holy word.
Good afternoon, everyone, again. Good afternoon to all the viewers tuning in. Welcome to our AY for today. My name is Monique Perville, and this here is Miss Anicia Simon. So we all know that this month is Children's Month, and with that we are keeping with the theme for children. So we are going to be discussing raising children in a Christian or Adventist home in the 21st century. Now, but before we do that, we will be having our phobia for the day and our Did You Know feature.
Good afternoon, viewers. Our Did You Know feature for this afternoon is, did you know that babies don't shed tears until they're at least 1 month? And our phobia of the afternoon is pedrophobia, and that's the fear of children. Pedrophobia, fear of children.
All right, thank you for that. I wonder who could be afraid of children, though. That's a very weird fear. I never thought that somebody could be afraid of children. Well, anyway, we will be having some guests shortly, but before we do, I would like to ask my co-chair, how was it being raised in an Adventist home when you were a child? I wasn't raised in an Adventist home, so I'm sure that we have different experiences. What different, like for me, since I wasn't raised in an Adventist home, I wasn't introduced to things like observing the Sabbath on Friday evening. You know, you're bringing in the Sabbath with your parents and such, or having devotions in the morning. I never had that. Was that part of your childhood? Did you do that when you were?
All right, I didn't grow up in the Adventist home. So same for you, no worship, get up in the morning, get ready. I always pray, go to school. It's Friday evening, not a regular time for me to go home early.
All right, understand. Do you think it somehow helped us to be who we are today, or it contributed to the persons that we are today, seeing that as the Christians though, seeing that those things weren't instilled in us to have devotions in the morning and to bring in the Vesper on Fridays? You think because we didn't do that, it's kind of hard for us now to do that?
Yes, it is, because for me, I don't get up in the morning and do worship. Only thing I do it when I get up in the morning, I wake up late every morning, have to rush out, say a prayer, Friday evening, tired, go home. So growing up not used to it, still in me.
It's true, because for me, that's something that I've always wanted to do. But it's just so hard to wake so early in the mornings when you don't really have somewhere to go.
Because most persons normally get up 5 o'clock, wake up the children at 5, worship with them.
Right. I would like to do that, but it's me alone, and it's kind of hard because I'm not a morning person. I can't. I find it very difficult to wake early in the mornings. It's kind of hard for me to wake early to do worship. And on Friday evenings, I do try to observe the Sabbath on Friday evenings, but again, because it wasn't something that I was doing since I was a child, it wasn't instilled in me, it's very different to keep up with the standards,
But what I do most Friday, I study my lesson.
Yes.
I always try to study my lesson. Even last night, I was up when I even fell asleep. When I wake up back, the tablet was beside me. I said, but I was studying. And I try until I reach the end, because it's not something I used to.
Right, that's true. But do you study your lessons like every day, knowing that there's a lesson for Sunday, Monday? Do you do that, or when Friday come?
When Friday come, I study everything. I am not the person to read, so even if I take up the thing to read, I will read a part, and then after, that's not my thing. Reading is not for me.
Okay, I understand. That's
So Friday night I try my best to go through everything.
that's true. I can understand that. Sometimes I do try to read it like Sunday and Monday, and sometimes I might forget Tuesday, and then Wednesday after read Wednesday and Tuesday, and then Friday after read like everything again because I probably don't remember
You
what
remember
I
what you have studied.
right. So it's very hard. I remember when we usually have lesson study and we had to
Lesson
come up
study
here
and
on
13
13
Sabbaths, we have to
study.
come and say all the texts from first to 13.
Right, I don't remember in those days remember studying every day. All I remember was on Friday evening I just read everything.
Read everything and come Saturday
and
morning
come
and
Saturday
repeat
morning
our
I
text.
repeat. I don't think that anything stuck because we were like cramming.
Right.
We were cramming our lesson study. So yeah, other than that though, like as it relates to clothing, were you allowed to wear? I know for Christians, certain clothes were not allowed to wear. You know the skirt, short skirts, and the jeans and the tights. What do you think about some Christians not wearing jeans though? None at all. Not even jean skirt. Is that something that you think that you would practice?
No.
You think jean skirts are fine, right?
Jean skirts are fine. I think so.
Yeah, I think so. I think so
think
too.
it's
I
fine.
don't think jean skirt is a problem for me. I do not like skirts as a child growing up because I sit very badly. I have a hard time sitting properly. So every time I'm in skirts, somebody always has to tell me to close my legs because it's very uncomfortable for me. So I always try to wear jeans because when I'm in jeans pants or any type of pants, I can just sit however I want to. But now older, you need to sit properly like a lady. So yeah, as a child, what instructions were you given though? Like, how were you given instructions? Did your mommy ever tell you some proverbs? My mommy always said to me, what was she saying? Jesus, take the case and give me the pillar, right? She always call, Shana, Jesus, take the case and give me the pillar. Or she say, I go man take for drink soup. Or whenever, like for Sundays, because I never like to comb my hair, and I'll be there playing, and she asked me, come comb my hair, and me did that playing, appearing in mine, and then she would say, Chicken Mary, hark the near. So if she say things more than one time after that, a lick reach me. Did you ever get any of that?
Yes, I do, but I can't remember any proverbs at the moment.
All right, so our
can't.
viewers, what proverbs were you told as a child? Were you told any proverbs as a child? I know of one. Foal can't hear she, him get palm. You know that one?
No, first I'm hearing that one.
Because they say, when you're running foal, shh, shh, shh. So when the foal now move, when them hear the shh, the next time is a lick them get for run the foal. So So yeah. For you, when you get older and have your family and stuff, what values that you think you're going to instill in them? As it relates to raising them, things that you weren't able to do when you were a child. Do you think that you're going to instill in them those things? Like what example?
All right, I hope to. So, planning to have devotion every morning.
Yes.
Teach them about God. Because in this world and what's going on,
That's true.
you teach them about God. So that is the thing that I'm going to do. Teach them about God. Ensure that they learn proper manners. Because these young people now, no respect.
That's true. as it relates to teaching them about God, then comes the issue of getting them, or the issue of being baptized as a child. How was it for you? Did you get baptized very young, right?
Yes.
Right. So how was that experience for you? Was it something that you wanted, or was it something that was imposed on you?
I wasn't ready.
Mm.
I wasn't ready at all. But I am glad I did it overall.
That's true. Do you think that that's a problem, though, like in not only Adventist churches but Christianity as a whole? We tend to pressure children
To be baptized,
without
and at
really
the end
knowing.
of it, they do not know what. Some of them, although yesterday they are big enough, they still don't know what is right from wrong.
That's true,
They
that's
still
true.
don't.
So
So that's why you find most people at the end up leaving the church.
that's,
They didn't make that decision for themselves.
that's true. I can definitely understand that, because for me, when I got baptized, there's a lot of things that I should have known that I didn't know before I was baptized. So how I came in the church, I was actually scared. I watched a movie. So in the country you only have 3 stations: TV, J, CVM, and Love. So and Love, a lot of Christian movies normally come, and there was this one with the Rapture, because Love is kind of like a Sunday
Church.
right? So it's different from our teachings. So I used to watch the one with the rapture all the time, and their teaching is that when the rapture comes, if you're a holy and Christian, and that you're going to be taken up with God, and if you're not, you're going to be left behind. That was what I was told when I was a child. So hearing that now, I got scared. So I'm like, I don't want to be left here, on earth. I want to be with God. So that is one of the things that added to me being really, deciding that I want to get baptized. But I wasn't really aware of certain things that I should have been exposed to. Like, for instance, I mentioned that I wasn't in an Adventist home, a Christian home, basically, and I used to wear earrings and jewelry. And even after I was baptized, I used to wear earring come to
same
church.
for me.
Because I didn't know, like, no one said that, like, no one had lesson study with me to say that this is our teaching, this is what we believe with jewelry and whatnot. So I still used to wear earring come to church until like a month after, when somebody tell me that that you're baptized now, you're not supposed to wear earrings anymore. So that's when I stopped wearing earrings and jewelry. So it was I do think that persons need to communicate with their children, right? And to kind of explain Christianity to them in their level, so that they can understand what Christianity is, so that they can make an informed decision to be a Christian.
And sometimes, even when you're just baptized, some things you're not easy to let go of.
That's true.
Because I remember I was told that jewelry wasn't a part of it, but I love earring. And it's just that I just couldn't stop wearing it. I love to wear my fingernail, and I just couldn't stop wearing it. Even though I still have issue with wearing off the fingernails, but I completely take out the earring now. Sometimes it's just hard to give up, because when you're living with that thing for over a period of time, you're stuck with it.
All right, thank you for that. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to continue the discussion on youth baptism in the church, and get some feedback from Christian parents and how they dealt with their children being baptized. Thank you. Welcome back. So we have our panelist here, Sister Dias, a proud parent, a long-standing member in our Adventist church. Miss Dias, welcome. So we have a couple questions for you as it relates to your children being baptized. Was it a decision that you think that you made for them very early, or you think that you gave them ample time to...
Well, to be honest, I've never introduced baptism to them. They said they were interested in being baptized, each one. Delaney was first. So she said she wanted to be baptized. And to be honest, I was a little reluctant. Because why you want to be baptized? She couldn't give me a reason. You know, but people come and say, if she requested, don't deny her. She said she wanted it, so I allowed it. That's what I did.
Okay, and right, so just confirming that you never mentioned baptism.
No, but she was born in the church. She's here every Sabbath. She see what is happening. So I figure more or less that she got, you know, convicted in her own little way. And she said she requested it. So I didn't stand in her way.
All right, that's good. That's good. All right, so when you when they were living with you, when you're having devotions and such, how was it that for you? Was that a difficult time for you? Because, you know, children we don't want to wake up early, and, you know, it's really a bother to wake up that early in the morning.
Well, I'm not the regular Seventh-day Adventist. I mean, I might get the bashing for this, but I'm not a regular Seventh-day Adventist mom who wakes up early in the morning and have devotion. But what I do, though, is pray with them when they are leaving. And what, you know, and during the day I ask God for guidance and protection over them. But I don't really have the devotion where you get up 3 o'clock, get Bible and stuff, because they go to school, I mean, very early. So, I mean, I like to give them the optimum and the time for them to rest. You know, but I pray, I do the praying during their early years.
Do you think that that's a problem, though? Like, you're pressuring them to wake up that early. You think that would be a problem for them? Because when you do that, right, and they're not really into it, but then when they're older, they just stop doing it because they wasn't really into it.
Sometimes when they are forced to do stuff, they are always reluctant to continue
to do it, right?
Yes.
All right. So, clothing. What was your stance on clothing for children?
Well, I buy their clothes. So.
Were you predisposed to like anything that you said that they weren't allowed to wear?
No, I buy the clothes. I know what is proper for church. I mean, based on how we were taught from a child coming up. Even though you were not associated with a particular church, but you know what people wear to church. So as children, you buy children clothes.
Right.
You understand? And, you know, that's what I do.
So at any point they had any problem with what you buy for them?
Some who wouldn't. Sometimes there was this particular dress that I put on Ronique once. And Ronique said, "Mommy, this look like the clothes on the prairie." Clothes. But I said, "But it's a nice dress, so you're wearing it." So we took a picture that particular day, and you could see Ronique facing it. She was really upset about it. Well, I didn't let her wear it again.
Right.
I gave it away, you know, but she was just not into that thing.
Right.
She just didn't like that dress.
That's good, and I'm happy that you didn't like force her to wear it again.
Again, but the morning she had to wear it.
Yeah, the morning. But I'm saying, like, since you know that like she didn't really like it, I'm happy that you didn't force her.
No.
It brings in the next question now, like. How do you allow your children to be open with you without, you know, letting them feel that they shouldn't be asking you those questions? Because, you know, like old people normally have these things that children should be seen or heard.
No, I don't really go for that policy, but at the same time, I'm not going to open and tell them everything that they're not ready to hear, you know. So if they ask me a question, I'll tell them, well, when you get older then you will know that, or you give them an answer, you know. That is true, but simple, that they can answer.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you don't tell them, they are going to ask their friends, and normally the friends' information is not really the truth.
That's true.
So you have to be careful what you say. Let them know and accept that this is it. And because if they are not, they know when you're lying, you know. So they are going to ask their friends.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
when they ask a friend, the answer that the friends who may be more exposed than they are going to accept that answer. So it's best that you tell them the truth in their own terms where they can accept.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. And I can attest to that because I remember when I was in primary school, and you know, when you're at that stage and you start to learn about bodies and menstruation and all of that, I never know what that was because my mommy never tell me. So I was in the bathroom one day and my friends were in there and they were changing. So I asked them, they were talking. So I'm like, what is a period? And they're like, you don't know a name period? When you're pregnant and you lose the baby, that well, and believe you me, I believe that period was when you were pregnant and you lost the baby. That's when you got a period. So after that, now I'm like, oh, because at that time I wanted a sibling, you know. So I'm like, oh, mommy did pregnant and she was baby. That's why she has a period. Oh, so I never, even after that, my mommy still never tell me if I was period. You know how I learned about that. At my primary school, they usually have this Libris thing coming around. So that's how I learned what menstruation was and you know how that whole works go.
But I'm surprised that you experienced that because you're of a later generation. In our generation, my mother never tell me anything, but I know what it was like because they taught us in school what it was, and then nurses used to come about and give us stuff and tell you, you know, when you reach certain age, your body changing, the boy's voice get deeper, and the girls start to, you know, bust, and you know, just having hair places you didn't have hair and stuff like. So I knew, and the funny thing about it, when I didn't. My mother was not at home when mine came. And I just sent my little cousin to the shop and said, you go buy me. It was Stay Free at the time.
Right,
Buy
Stay
Stay Free.
I think that was everybody's first.
And, I mean, Stay Free, you have to pin it up because there's no sticky. Like modern days one now, you have to pin it on to, or you wear elastic and yes! Never come a far away.
A far away because
so
I never.
you have it easy.
Oh, so you had to pin it on your.
You put an elastic band around your waist and you put over the top of it's like this. So you put it over the elastic and you pin it on that it don't shift.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Well, thank God for modern technology.
Exactly.
Right? Because I don't think I could manage.
You would if you had to.
That's true, but yeah, seeing that no way so advanced, I don't think that I could manage that. All right. So the next one is, what do you think about the term sparing the rod and spoiling the child?
I don't think you should beat up on your children all the time. But for those of us who don't know any better when we were growing our kids, everything you just knock them out. You understand? You slap them. But I don't think that's the best way. I mean, sometimes you can say, you are not supposed to do this. This is wrong. Don't do it because this is what will happen. And if you disobey, then then you give them a little slap, you know, along the way. But I don't think you should be slapping them for everything. You shouldn't be slapping them for everything.
Oh, okay.
Because they will become abusive even when they go to school. They will be, if they ask their friends to do something, and they are going to slap them because that is what they learn. If you don't do what I said, then you need a slap.
That's true.
Yeah.
So your stance on beating then is that?
Yeah, I beat. No,
Oh.
seriously, I slap. Yeah,
Slapping
but,
is different from beating.
well, this is just a nice way of saying it on air. You understand? But I do.
All right, understood. All right, so what do you think about sparing the rod and spoiling the child? Do you think that you are going to beat your children?
Beach. Maybe not. I'm not sure. I can't say.
You have niece?
Yes, I do.
You slap them when they don't hear?
No,
Well, that might
I'm
set the
not.
trend.
I don't slap. I don't like to, but I'll punish them.
Okay.
What is your form of punishment though? How do you punish?
Take away the tablet. Don't watch the TV. That's what they're into. The tablet and watching the TV. You do something wrong. No tablet. You're not watching any TV. And if you don't do it again, then you
But
can get it.
You have some children who, no matter what you say to them, they will throw tantrum and they will make a lot of noise and disturb. And sometimes parents will just give in because they can't take the noise.
That's
so
true.
how do you deal with somebody like that?
Haven't come across anyone.
Okay, good luck to you.
Well, that's true. Good luck, because I've seen
Yeah.
some temper tantrums, and it's very hard.
And they're smart. If they
Yes.
see that if they do that, they get away with it, they're going to do it every time. I'm telling you.
That's true.
Yeah. But sometimes you have to, warm up the rear end sometimes and remember. But I don't think it should be used all the time.
Right.
You shouldn't abuse your children. I don't think you should abuse your children, But in a society where they say don't touch now, I don't know how you're going to manage.
That's true. Cause I used to tell my mommy, cause mommy beat, she beats. So I used to tell her that if it's no, I would be sorry for her because she would have out of prison.
Yeah, but you will be in a home. Would it be better?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It wouldn't, because no, they're more stricter with the beating and because my mother, oh Jesus, because I was a very rude child.
Because you're an only child, she see everything. She
That's
see
it.
everything that you do.
That's true.
So
That's true,
if
'cause-
she had other children, I mean, you'll get away with a lot, and then you blame it on the baby.
that's true, right? That's true, because it was me alone, so she knows that if something move, it's
and only
must
child,
me.
and only child, the parent sees everything.
That's
So everything is poured out on the child. If it's good stuff, it is poured out. If it's, slapping, it's poured out.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. All right. So there's this story, right? I'm sure that everybody kind of know a version of it, where a father lived with his daughter, right? And everywhere the father went, the daughter went. They're pee cluck cluck, and she got pregnant, and he's saying, "How come?"
Yeah.
Because everywhere we go, you go. So the question is, how do you protect your children without smothering them? Because sometimes parents can be a bit overbearing. Sometimes children need a little bit of space to kind of experience certain things with their friends.
That's true, but it's hard as a parent because when you know from experience what can happen, you are seeing further than they are seeing, Well, I remember when Delaney was going to Excelsior, and sometimes you want to stay over with friends. I don't know the house, I don't know the people, and I normally say I don't send my girls to any home where there are boys. No, I don't do that. I don't know the parents where I couldn't do that. All right, if she says she wants to go somewhere like they have in a fete or something, I say, how are you going to reach up based on where we live? How are you going to, if she can't provide any of that, she can't go.
That's true. That's true. That's
Because I can't sleep until she comes home. And the children not getting that in their head. It's pressuring on the parents, especially for us who live in the rural area where buses are hard to get after a certain time. No, I would have to be on the phone with her at Papine because I remember when she was working at this call center and she leaves work sometimes 12 o'clock, she don't have a ride. I have to be, you get anything yet? So you check so-and-so, get a taxi, I'll pay, whatever. That's not good for me. So it's not just for the child, but it's not good for the parents too because the parents are worried, and if you're hypertensive, then you know that double. You understand? So children have to understand. I cannot sleep until they are home. I can't sleep until everybody is home. So if I know the parents and I say, well, they are coming, it's not every parent I trust my children with.
That's
too.
true.
So I have to trust the parents to know that they will be responsible enough to protect my child as I would theirs. You
Yeah.
understand? And then I would allow her to go. But other than that, boy, she have to.
Alright.
You can't.
So then, like you said that the children have to understand that, like you're seeing ahead of them. But how do you get them to understand? Do you think that they'll ever understand
Not
where?
until they have their own children.
I believe
It's
so
only
too. I believe so too.
They're
They'll
not
never.
understanding. They will never grasp it until they have their own children. Yeah. But if it's a day thing and they want to go somewhere, well, I need to know and me have to be called where whatever. I need to know where you are. I say whatever vehicle you are in when you're coming up, tell me. You understand that I can know if you don't reach home by a certain time, because if you say you're in Goverage at this time, and I believe that you should be in Mount Charles by a certain time, and I am going to call you.
Right, that's true.
You understand? Because these are serious times we are living in, and children don't understand. They take risks. They don't understand. So you have to let them know, which is difficult. That is the hardest part, I think, of a parent, when a child wants to do what they want to do, and you're showing them stuff, and I mean, they're saying you're panicky. They wouldn't understand.
That's true, because when I was younger, I used to, my mommy was like you, right? And I used to always say, like, Jesus, why she can't make me go somewhere, you know? And not until I was older and I'm looking back, I'm like, thank God my mommy never allowed me to go certain places, you know? Because I don't think I would turn out the same way how I did. All right, so we are going to have a special by our children.
You are my strength, 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 strength like no other, strength like no other, reaches me. You are my strength, 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 strength like no other, strength like no other, reaches me. You are my hope, 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 hope like no other, hope like no other, reaches me. In the fullness of your grace, in the power of your name, you lift me up higher, higher, higher. You lift me up. You are my peace, 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 peace like no other, peace like no other, reaches me. In the fullness of your grace, in the power of your name, you lift me up. You lift me up. In the fullness of your grace, in the power of your name, you lift me up higher, higher, higher. You lift me up. You are my strength, 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 strength like no other, strength like no other, reaches me.
Thank you for that special, children. That was a very lovely song. So, Sister Dias, seeing that you are familiar with the education system, right? Well, you work at a school, right? And I'm sure that you deal with children from all different walks of life. How is that for you, like in today's age? Like, how is dealing with these type of children today?
Well, I was raised in a different generation. When adults speak, you obey. That's where I'm coming from. Now, these children, when you tell them, do not walk along the admin block. Because there are workers here who are working and we need to concentrate. That's where they walk. If you tell them, walk on the admin block, they walk out in the... So they get opposites. When you tell them not to do something, that's what they do. And that kind of, you know, and let me tell you, they are bold, and whatever they have in mind to tell you, that's what they are going to do. It doesn't matter how it comes. And it's nothing to them. No, I find it hard to deal with, but I try to be tolerant based on the fact that they are of a different era than me. I try to, but if they are rude, well, they can't. Well, I don't deal with them. Talk to somebody else. I don't really, because some of them are bold and they are rude.
Do you think, though, that the parents have something to do? Because sometimes you have some really nice children at home, you know, but then when they go out on the road, they're like...
Some of them are coming from good homes with proper training and they are following their friends. While some, that's how they speak to their parents. So if you find out that they speak to their parents a certain way, don't expect to get anything different. That's how they are going to relate to you. Because remember, they never have no problem with it, so I don't know why you come have a problem with it.
That's true.
That's the attitude. You understand? So some of them, they get the right training. But they follow friends because they don't want to be different. While some, that's how they grow.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And my coach here, right? You work in a school environment too. Like, how is it dealing with different students? They're a bit older from the high school, though, but how is it dealing with different children from different walks of life for you?
All right, some of them, I have to wonder where they come from. they don't hear as big. They don't follow instruction. No, it's the COVID time, and they get email. No one is not in office. That's what they're supposed to do. I can imagine every day they come to me, they come there. Miss, I come to pay my school fee. No, you're going to get me upset. Where you going to pay the school fee?
So they get instructions.
They have the instruction is right there in front of them, what they are supposed to do. And then they're going to come to me and say they're coming to pay the school fee.
So how do you deal with that, though? Are you as tolerant as Miss
No,
Diane?
I'm going to tell them my bank is not here.
Okay. I don't think I could survive in a teaching or children. I like children, you know, but I don't think I have the patience to survive in their
It's very difficult.
No, but if they go to high school with the same attitude, when they go to university, the same attitude,
That's
not
true.
changing.
That's
and
true.
sometimes when I remember the guidance counselor at our school years ago, this child, her hygiene wasn't up to scratch. So he called in the mother to talk to the mother about the child hygiene. When the mother come, it's the same way the mother smell. So he have to just change the subject and say, you know, your daughter, whatever. He couldn't talk about hygiene. She smell the same way. You talk about bleaching of the skin. You call in the parents to tell them that we're not going to tolerate, accept children with bleaching. Make the mother bleach and tattoo all over, and the children they have it. How do you relate to a parent? Like, you can't say anything. Are the mother bleaching cream they're using?
That's true. But then you have to. But it's a school, though. You're not allowing certain things at the school. So I think the parents should understand that the children are coming to school, so certain things you don't allow them to do.
Well, sometimes I believe that the Ministry of Education, just make the rules as the parents come and complain. Because if you tell them you're not going to take them, the parents go to the ministry. The ministry say you can't keep them because every child must learn and every child can learn. So you have to accept them back into the school system with the bleaching. So now you have more disciples.
Yes, because they must say John Brown doing it. So
you have more disciples. So it's difficult.
Okay, understood. So as it relates to children doing things that they're not supposed to do now, as it relates to sexual stuff, right? They're exposed to sexual stuff. What do you think that we can do as the church to guide children to know that there are things out there, but you as a child know this is not for you? No. What do you think that we can do as a church?
Well, we can show the examples of children who live that sort of life and how they ended up. You know, you see them have 2, 3, 4 children on this side and one to come. So you can't say, would you like to end up like that without no father or anything? Because most of the time, when you have children, it's difficult to get a partner with 1 child, much less 3. Some people are lucky and they will get, but it's difficult. You understand?
Right.
Would you like? You wouldn't like? You would like one partner, father and all your children, or mother and all your children, and then the money goes one place. I mean, this is what God is asking of us, to establish a relationship in the home. No, but when the father worked that money and have to split it with 3 different baby mothers, I mean, somebody is going to be lacking.
That's true. So, do you think scare tactic will work though? Because I know for some persons,
not with this generation. They don't scare easily.
Right. So, what else do you think that we can do as a church?
Just
though?
pray.
Just pray, right?
Try to guide them, tell them nonetheless, and pray for them, and hope that God will help them. So please, make an audible voice. Let them hear you, because it's rough.
It's true, it's true. Do you think that we could implement like a big brother, big sister
Yeah, that
system?
could work. That could work.
Not necessarily using like adults though, because you know sometimes it's kind of hard for children to relate to adults, but like youths.
You could also use people who have been down that road to give their experience and tell them how difficult it was. If they had chosen otherwise, things would have been better. So you could use, you know, those kind of people to tell you. It's just like when we were at school, and you have some past students who leave the school. You know, down by that school, Mavis Bank, I don't really get good ratings, right? But you have past students who come out very well.
Right.
So every now and then we call in somebody
to come
from
and
a past student
right.
to come and say, no, it doesn't matter the school you go, it's what you want. Yeah.
That's true.
So we have nurses, we have accountants, Brother Hall is one, Sister Campbell is one.
Right, guidance counselor.
Guidance counselor in the making. So we have children who have attended our school and come out and make themselves, you know, good in the society.
Good.
Yeah.
So you think that like within the church though, like additional with the big brother, big sister, like we could use the the Pathfinder program to
that's all. The Seventh Adventist Church has a lot of programs for young people. We shouldn't really go astray, you know, but I mean,
that's true.
You know. Yeah.
Sometimes
like to try new things, whether it's right or wrong.
It's very hard. It's very hard, especially with all of these distractions.
Yeah.
And I think
a lot of distraction.
Yes.
It's not like when we were young. It's church or school. Church, school, and your home. Now you have theaters to go. You have this place to go. You have all kind of entertainment. So it's kind of hard to tell somebody to take a hymnal now and sing 2 songs when Buju Banton sang out the strong. And
I was about to say the same thing.
That is upbeat.
Right, and grabby.
Yeah.
I was about to say the same thing because now you have the internet.
Yeah.
You have the friends telling you stuff.
Yeah.
And if you don't give them the phone, the friends bring the phone, you know. So there's a whole lot of things going on that can kind of deter children from...
but it's just prayer. You have to just pray with them and encourage them. Don't judge them because we make mistakes too and so. Encourage them. If they're going the wrong, but you know, you can do better than that because you are, but don't, I like, yeah,
and I think, right, and I think that's a problem that a lot of adults don't understand that. So for some children that might work, but for some children you can't come at them like that.
And that's the difference with God and us because God knows individually and He treats us individually.
So adults tend to kind of group everybody the same and treat them the same, but some persons don't respond well to that kind of that kind of argument. Right. So Miss Simon, what do you think we can do to help children? As the church, what do you think we can do to help them to stay in the right path?
All right, so we can get motivational speakers to come in and speak with them, or we can even go out as a group and speak to them, inform them, let them know what is right and what is wrong, and how they will end up or something, so they can go the right path.
That's true.
So that's what can be done.
All right, thank you for that. We're going to take a short break, and after that, we have a special by our children, and then we wrap up.
We know not the time when he cometh, nor evening or midnight or morn. It may be a deepening twilight, it may be at earliest dawn. He bids us to watch and be ready, nor suffer our lives to grow dim, that when he shall come he may find us, waiting and watching for him. Waiting and watching, yes, waiting for him. Waiting and watching, yes, waiting for him. Waiting and watching, yes, living for him. Still waiting and watching for him.
I think of the wonderful pity, the price our salvation has cost. Jesus left bright mansions of glory to suffer and died for the lost.
And sometimes I think it would please him when those whom he died to redeem rejoice in the hope of his coming by waiting and watching for him.
Waiting and watching, yes, waiting for him. Waiting and watching, yes, waiting.
You are my strength when I am weak. You are the treasure that I seek. You are my all in all. When I fall down, you pick me up. When I am dry, you fill my cup. You are my all in all. Jesus, Lamb of God, worthy is your name. Jesus, Lamb of God, worthy is your name. Taking my sin, my cross, my shame, rising again, I bless your name. You are my all in all. Seeking you as a precious jewel, Lord, to give up, I'll be a fool. You are my all in all. Jesus, Lamb of God, worthy is your name. 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 Worthy is your name.
Welcome back, viewers. We are now joined by another co-host, Ms. Campbell, who is a counselor in training. and also our dear sister here, Sister Jennifer, who is our Pathfinder director and also a long-standing member and a parent in our church. So, welcome, Sister Jennifer.
Thank you.
Welcome, Sister
Thank
Campbell.
you.
So, Sister Campbell, how was it for you as a child? How did you grow up in a Christian home? You know, seeing that both parents are Adventists, how was that for you?
All right, so I always tell people that I was fortunate to grow up in a Seventh-day Adventist home. Both parents are, well, that is now deceased, but mommy is still a Seventh-day Adventist. All right, so growing up, it was a very strict environment. We weren't sheltered per se, but we grew up very disciplined. Daddy was the disciplinarian, so you know, if we ever did something wrong, mom would say, wait till your father come.
Right.
So, you know, we would always anticipate the beating, you know, condition our minds, because trust me, him not gonna forget and you are gonna get the beating, you know. And if you knew him, his hands were very big and heavy. And for you to get one slap out of that hand, when you get slapped, you stay slapped.
Right.
I can remember one time, I didn't give much trouble. The most they would complain about is me being cheeky. So, I still am, some persons say. But there was this time, I don't remember what I did or what I said. And me see the hand go so. And I don't know where I found the strength to hold on to that hand before it come down back, as trust me, if I got that slap.
With a different view today.
Oh Lord, trust me.
Understand. So were you a part of the Pathfinder club in church, and how was that help to mold you to the person that you are today?
Alright, so my siblings and I, we grew up in Pathfinder. It was a very, very, very good program. You know, we have a lot of memories, especially when we would go on hikings and so. But despite apart from the adventures rather, it taught us so many values and morals that we still have a part of our lives today. You know, it taught us discipline. So that discipline in pathfinding and at home, that was never too much. And you know, that's something I'm always thankful for.
Understand. So Sister Jennifer, since that you are the Pathfinders director, for persons who don't know and who are not aware of what Pathfinder is, just give us a quick definition of what it is.
Okay, Pathfinder is a very, very good program in the Seventh-day Adventist Church. The program deals with youths from 3 to 99. Yes. You can become a master guide at 99. I don't know if they still will take you now. Yes, anybody you want to be a master guide, you're welcome to come on board. It's a very good program, very disciplined. And I would encourage for the parents who have never sent their children to Pathfindering and would send them. And also, it's not only for the church, it's also for outsiders. You know, when I become a master guide, I was introduced into the program. I was asked to deputize then. And the leader then said, Jennifer, why don't you go and do master guide? It's a very, I don't know if it's strict now, but it's very strict. I mean, me at age 40-something, went into the master guide course, and I had to stand up in the line. Like these children, I tell them, stand at attention, and I shake up. I couldn't shake. I had to stand still. But flying on my feet, I had to stand up. And I remember when I was on the drill, I was about to invest. And I was on the line, like, almost half the sun and the sun. And I was like, I got dropped down, and I said, sir, it was, I forgot his name, Roden. Roden was that is strictest master guide ever who do master guide course. And I said, sir, please put on your hands and said, I said, sir, I'm dropping down. Yeah, I'm saying I'm dying. It's just like soldier. It's just like it's para-soldier. It's not as strict as soldiering. It's just like soldier. I was standing there, I come out of the sun and walk away. But, you know, it's a good program. I think what needs to happen in our churches, at Mavis Bank, we don't appreciate Pathfinders much. But the other churches, you know, my 2 grandchildren are Pathfinders. Yeah, they're father to master guides. So they do a lot of stuff. And we don't know the legacy we have as this church. Every aspect of our church is catered for, you know, as you say, every aspect. So the person who go up to become a master guide in the church never leave the doctrine of the church. If they fall away, they never go to another church. I can assure you that. Those who are master guides, who come up to Pathfinder program, become a master guide, if they leave, they never go to another church. And if you look, if you go to like a town church and see some guys and they're, what would say, you know, like social. You go to a social in town and some guys come to social with them pants in. You know who them? Master guys. Them always have their pants tucked in.
Them sure tucked in the
Yes. Their shirt tucked in their pants. Yes, and it's very good, and I was so sad that the corona come, but that we could come back and do some stuff. But hopefully before the year ends, Christian, as a former Pathfinder, I would love to see you come back, become a master guide, because I'm old and help to groom these children what you have learned. You know, give them some of the skills that you have learned.
All right, I was just about to ask that, like, what are some of the skills that children learn in the Pathfinder club?
You learned health and fitness, first aid, tie knots. You learn to make camp furniture, stool, bed, washstand, all these things. You learn to bake, cook. You understand? You sew. Just it's a well-rounded course, and plus the spiritual is more.
Yeah. Right.
You the books of the Bible, whatever God is, and you have to know the different eras, prophecy, all of that. And one of the main thing, I see, I'm grieved because a lot of Pathfinder children are here, and sometimes when it come like you don't, they have not grasped anything that was being taught. One of the things, walk soft in the sanctuary. Next one is Christian woman and manners. Those 2 things grieve me. Yeah. Because what is our pledge? The Pathfinder law is for me to keep the morning watch, do my honest part, walk softly in the sanctuary, keep a level eye, be courteous and obedient. These are our laws. Yeah. So I would love to see, especially our Pathfinders and our past members, practice all some of these things.
All right, that's understandable. Do you think that, seeing it's a new decade and a new age, that we could include some more newer things, newer programs in the Pathfinder Club to kind of like grab their attention? Because yes, it's nice, you know, to learn how to tie knots and all of that, but children nowadays are not really into that. I think if we have more some like technological thing, you know,
yes,
because they're into those things now.
All right. I beg to differ because I wasn't born very long ago, but well, I personally love nature, so that aspect of pathfinding would grab me. I believe that there are many. If you're not interested in pathfinding, it's because you don't know about it.
True.
You see, if you know what pathfinding offers, trust me, you'll never be bored. You would even miss a gadget, trust me. Because when you go on camp, well, the only thing I didn't like about going on camps is that I'm always sick. But when it came on to the activities that were done, you know, embroidery, making the camp furnitures, hiking, going to the beach, that was fun growing up. Very fun.
Art and craft, like tie and dye, all those stuff, you know. Yeah.
All right, so you mentioned if you knew Pathfinder, then you would like it. But a lot of persons don't. So what you think that we can do now to reintroduce Pathfindering to the wider society and to the church to let persons know that this is a fun program, this is going to help you to do this, it's going to help you to build character and all of that. What you think that we can do?
Yeah, before you answer, Sister Christian, recently when some of the older students, like Christian age, go to high school, some of the course, in the Pathfinder program, they did some courses. Some of the classes, they are exempt from that class because they have done the Pathfinder program. Like Javon, Shekel, Ex-Christian Mays, and Curtis. They come and say, Miss, I'm glad for Pathfinder because I not have to do that course like I do it a Pathfinder already. So as I said, it's interesting. It's not, you don't know because you never ask, or maybe I'm not been selling it as such. But when you come to the program, it is refreshing.
Right. So the question is then, how do we sell it to get other kids interested and want to join?
Okay.
Right. So that's the thing now.
I would just to reiterate what Sister Jennifer was saying. The former members, I don't know, but I think the former members of Mavis Band Club, myself, my sisters, Parkos, Alain, all of them people there. I mean, I can remember when the community looked forward to seeing us marching in our uniforms. I don't see us doing that anymore, and I guess persons are not interested, but I guess we can, some of the old members who are still here, Parkos, we can, rejoin and sell ourselves. Right. And it will not only help others, but it will help us as well. One of the things I love about it is the spiritual aspect. As young people, nowadays, we don't like to sit and read our Bibles, but when we are completing a class in Pathfinder, there are certain aspects of the Bible that we will have to focus on in order to pass the test. So, everybody want
pass the test.
Get invested and inducted when that time comes. So you're going to ensure that you do well enough to pass the test. And I mean, once you see the things that you have learned applicable in your life, then that is where it will be concreted. So when Sister Jennifer mentioned some of the things that we've done that has come out in our classes, you sit down in a class one day and see this, hey, women know this from Pathfinder. Glad you come Pathfinder Club, because you depend on top of the class, you know everything else where the people them don't know.
That's
so
true.
you feel good about that.
That's true. And I have experience with that. Not with Pathfinder, but like with religious education, we have to do that in school.
Right.
And most of the things that I know is not from school, is from church.
It's from church, yeah.
Right? So I was the top of my class in RE, right? And people always ask me, like, how you know so much things and when you get time to study? And it's because I come to church and I'll come to AY and I listen to the programs where I know so much things. Right, so I think that we need to revamp our Pathfinder Club, because it's really a good program, and it's really interesting to know that there's so many things that you can do and so many skills that you can learn when you're in the Pathfinder. Right.
And survive more.
Survival
skills.
Right, seeing that now, we're coming down to the end of times. Right, see, this is what you need to use to sell it. Right, so we can use that tagline and
especially the camp furnitures.
Right.
In our campfire and all those stuff.
Right, so guys, we have so many things to sell the Pathfinder program. So I think we could work on that after the COVID, right? We can probably work on some programs now, how we can reach out to other persons, and then as soon as all of this is over, we can launch or relaunch or Pathfinder.
And Mrs. Sister Host, I'm inviting you to be a part of that program.
I was a Pathfinder. I just never.
You was a Pathfinder from here?
Yeah. I was even inducted here.
Okay, that's good.
Oh, wow.
I just never.
So
after
today
that.
you're re-inducted.
Yeah, I just want to add, as we're focusing on children this month, and in this time that we're living in, children are so vile, you know. I guess many would say this is the generation of vipers and whatnot. I think this is a good addition to their lifestyle, because it will teach them so much. And if let's say we are not preachers or teachers or singers, we can use Pathfinder as a way of ministering to the children, because it will teach them so much about the Bible. So you wouldn't even have to tell them about things that they may have to do to keep up with society. They will want to keep up with the principles of the Bible.
And one more thing just flashed across my mind. I'm looking at Kristen, and first time we were singing to a Pathfinder. And we said, that little girl draw a key. And we said, that can be a big singer. You see, she's a singer now. So a Pathfinder really helps you spiritually, physically. You dig out the skills. Look at your skill base and use it and to pick you up. All right? So that's it.
All right,
it's a very good program. I'm inviting everybody online. Go to your nearest church. Pick up a Pathfinder form for your children, whether you are a Christian or not, whether you're Adventist or Baptist. It's a very good program. Help you children to grow spiritual, to be strong in the Lord.
All right, thank you. Thank you for your input. Thank you for your input also, Sister Campbell. We have come to the end of our program. Thank you so much for viewing. May the Lord continue to bless you and keep you safe in these times. We will see you next week, same time, same place, for another very interesting program. Thank you.
Happy Sabbath family. I want to thank the Mavis Bank children in particular who have done the entire Sabbath program. Want to thank the youth department for the afternoon's program. I'm trusting that you would have been blessed, and I know you would have enjoyed worshiping with us today. Continue to subscribe to our page and share it with others as we continue to lift up the name of Jesus through this medium. May God continue to bless you. May He cause His face to shine upon you. And we look forward to see you one of these days when we all will be together worshiping in this atmosphere, in this environment at Mavis Bank Seventh Adventist Church. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining us. May God bless you, and may He always be near to your family in this season. Would you just join me as we pray? Father in heaven, we thank you for an awesome Sabbath. We thank you for the blessings. We thank you for being who you are. And right now, Father, I pray for somebody who is pressing right now towards the screen of your device. I pray, God, that they will receive the healing and the blessings that they are so much in need of. And when you would have come, may you save us in your kingdom. In Jesus' name, amen.